Prior knowledge. What do you guys know about an author named Jack London? Sound familiar?
His name is Jack London.
Any thumbs up, thumbs in the middle, or is it all thumbs down? Not sounding so familiar? Anyone? Anything about Jack London? Palmer, what do you got for me?
He's an author and he's
Good start.
He's a man.
writes good books.
Okay.
Because I've heard of him and I've never read any of his books.
So you've heard of him. Riley?
His name is Jack London, and he writes books.
Oh my, wow, you guys are good.
He's a guy.
Okay,
Nope, he isn't.
Yeah.
what if I were to do this?
Yeah, right?
Because, just because his name is Jack doesn't mean
What do you know?
Basic biographical information. He was an American author and journalist. Born 1876, died in 1916. Peyton made the quick connection. You do the math, he died pretty young, which we'll actually talk about. So, Jack London was a successful and world-famous writer during his life, accruing vast wealth with his novels and short stories. In 1897, he joined the Klondike Gold Rush, also called the Yukon Gold Rush, or even the Alaska Gold Rush, where he and up to 100,000 other prospectors at the time trekked to Alaska to try to make a fortune mining for gold. A really cool part of U.S. history. Not during his prospecting, actually, interesting enough. He did that before writing. This is the setting for some of his most famous stories. No, Nate, while a lot of people did die, because you're literally going up into Alaska and Canada in winter, I mean, a lot of people did die during that. He lived through it, and he did that before he wrote, but it really inspired his writing, as you can see.
Was most of his books about what he did?
Yeah, or what it was like. There's a photo, it's kind of grainy, it's tough to see, but it's just a bunch of tents along a river, you're in the mountains, it's cold, snowy, I mean, it was a tough life. And a lot of the prospectors that went were going because, they didn't have much of a career, didn't have much of a family life, they just wanted to go and make a fortune, because if you struck gold, if you were lucky and you found guys, can you stop doing side conversations, please? If you were lucky and, you found the right mine and you struck gold, you could become, really, really rich very quickly. So there was a lot to gain, but a lot of risk involved. Jack London did, as Peyton noticed, again, he died relatively young due to illness and diseases, both from long-term health issues, some of which you might have picked up while prospecting, and possible viruses contracted while traveling. He did travel a lot because, again, he was really successful and wealthy once, he was made famous for his writing. Ethan, he was made famous for his writing. Ethan?
I know I remember it somewhere, but I read 2 of those books, so now I know.
Yeah. Okay, well, yeah, these should sound familiar. Famous works, The Call of the Wild, White Fang in 1903 and 1906, To Build a Fire, which is what we're reading today, in 1902, and then in Odyssey of the North is one of his famous short stories. You guys, especially Call of the Wild and White Fang, they probably sound pretty familiar.
Yeah. I think I've read The Call of the Wild.
Yeah.
I read.
That was a movie. They made a movie
made
to
one
Call
for
of the
White
Wild.
Fang, too.
Yep, they've done movies for both. I think it's a young Ethan Hawke in White Fang.
Does there actually have
Yeah,
a
it is.
wild thing? You know, these weird animals.
White Fang is where it's like a fighting dog, right?
It's
Yeah,
like a wolf.
The guy, no, he has a dog, and the dog's name is